After 2 days in Frere, it's time to say goodbye and keep heading north. We're all packed up and ready to go, making our way to Two Rocks first and then to Green Island. It has been a beautiful day of light wind sailing. We got to put the kite up and we just got to enjoy the sunshine and keep moving up north. Our little Captain Basil has done well training the crew. What's better than sunset magic and dolphins in the glittery water? How good is it when the dolphins come to your boat and swim with you for a little while? We anchored in the marina, watched the sunset and had a really early night. Tomorrow morning we're going to be up before first light and it's going to be a big day of sailing ahead to get to Green Island. The sun is up and half of our crew is still in bed. I wouldn't want to miss a beautiful sunrise out on the water. Look at the colours and how golden our sails look. I think it's just beautiful. It has been a long day sailing and even Basil can't wait till we get there. I think she's a little bit over it and she can't wait for the anchor to be dropped and the movement to stop. And here we are, look at this paradise with turquoise water. I know it's a little bit rougher than what we expected, but it's still going to be so beautiful exploring Green Island. Green Island is part of the Jurien Bay Marine Park. The islands are all part of the Turquoise Coast Islands Nature Reserve, and Green Island is actually a breeding ground for Australian sea lions, and we're hoping to be lucky enough to see some as soon as we get to shore. With a population estimated at only 14,000 animals, the Wildlife Conservation Act of Western Australia has listed them as endangered and in need of special protection. Did you know that adult male Australian sea lions can weigh up to 250 kilos and grow up to over 2 meters in length? That's pretty crazy. Male sea lions are dark brown in color, while the females are silver. Sea lions can swim with up to 29 k's per hour. That's pretty fast. They can also dive up to 150 meters deep. Let's watch this guy go for a swim. Alright, enough exploring, time to head back to Tearaway. Our day on Green Island slowly comes to an end. It's time to watch the sunset, cook some delicious seafood dinner, and probably go to bed quite early so we can keep heading north tomorrow. Good morning. It is bright and early and we're just about to head off. But look at this beautiful sunrise. I love the colors on the water and how golden everything is. Today's gonna be a big day of sailing. We're gonna try and get from Green Island all the way to Port Denison. That's over 18 nautical miles, and it looks like we might have to sail into it for a little while. So there has been this little fight going on for a while now about who gets to sit on the captain chair pretty much all day long. So Basil tries to beat Kobe on the chair in the morning, and then he tries to squish next to her until she's got no space, but she doesn't really care. Even if she sits like this, super uncomfortable, she will keep that chair. And we're sailing into another golden sunset. It's almost time to start cooking some dinner before it gets too dark out there. Trauma lights are on, and this is it for today. And off we go, heading towards Geraldton, sailing together with our friends on ecstasy today. It's not a race unless you're in front. We almost made it to Geraldton though. We're probably going to stay in Geraldton for at least a week or two, so plenty of time to go and explore. The sail is down. Let's go and find a spot really close to the beach where we can anchor. It's pretty busy here. There's quite a few boats anchored in the bay, but I'm sure we'll find a nice spot. Anchor's down, dinghy's back in the water. It's time to go for a little bike ride. Go to the marina, see the museum, and just enjoy the sunset. Alright, let's go and see what Geraldton has to offer. Our first stop was the memorial side. The dome of the memorial is composed of 645 stainless steel gulls. Traditionally, the seagulls stand for the lost souls of sailors. Next stop was the Geraldton Cathedral, before heading on to the lighthouse. Today we decided to rent a car, drive up the coast to Calgary, go to the national park, and drive past Hutt Lagoon on the way home. After stopping at almost every single lookout, we decided to go for a bit of a walk down into one of the gorges, trying to find some water, maybe even go for a swim. We were a little bit disappointed when we got to the bottom to only realise the water's very green and slimy and full of algae and barely knee deep. No swim, but still, it is such a beautiful spot. Next stop is Nature's Window. I think the last time I've been here is over 12 years ago. It's still just as stunning as I remember. We went for a little explore, sat in the window, took some photos, and slowly made our way to the skywalk. This place didn't exist when I was here last. It is pretty spectacular. You can walk out on the skywalk and stand 100 meters above the gorge. After a quick coffee stop in Kalbarri, we ventured on to Red Bluff, took in the views, and went for a beautiful walk to the Natural Bridge and Island Rock. On our walk, we were lucky enough to bump into a little echidna. And we made it to Hutt Lagoon, the pink lake. Did you know there are 49 pink lakes in the world, and well, this is one of them. We decided to explore by car first, have a bit of a look around. It is said that you should visit around lunchtime on a very sunny day. It is almost 4:30 p.m, the sun's about to set, and it is very grey and overcast. So from down below, the lake does not look over the top pink. I think it's time to send up the drone and have a bit of a better look. From a bird's eye perspective, the colours are so much more vibrant. The lake is actually really, really pink in some parts. Other parts are very white, and it just looks stunning. It doesn't matter what the weather is like. If you have a drone, it's definitely worth coming here. After flying around for a little while, I did see two little black dots in the middle of the salt lake, and I decided to fly a bit closer to them. Once I got there, I realised there's two emus going for a little afternoon walk on the salt lake. How beautiful. And that's it for this week. See you next time.